So this video is mainly just going to be a breakdown of my helmet setup. I've had a bunch of people keep asking me and messaging me about what I run for a helmet, camera, mic. So this video is mainly just going to be something pretty simple, just like that, of this setup I have going on. So I didn't mention in this clip, but I'm actually going to go over my helmet setup and the wifey's. So let's just jump straight into that. This is the LS2 Stream helmet that I'm rocking. The color on this, I think they call it Shadow Gray or Shadow. So at the front here, I actually just got this mount off Amazon. It's called Motovlogs. 3M tape that kind of just wraps around the whole bottom. I had to go with something like that just so it can fit on the helmet fairly decent. And then they actually came with a secondary mount right there, just so I can raise the GoPro up higher. The only problem with this is to open the visor on this helmet, you have to push this button to open it up. When I have the GoPro on, it covers the button, so I actually have to make sure the helmet doesn't lock all the way. If I lock it, I have to push the GoPro in to actually open the visor up. So that's the mount on the helmet. The visor I have on this, it came with the stock one, which was just a clear one. This is just silver, so it's kind of like mirrored. The visor is shit at nighttime, but during the day, it's really nice. And moving to this side of the helmet, I actually am running a Cardo 4X. So the Cardo actually gave me two options to install it on the helmet. One is just a clip. The other one is where it's a 3M tape where you stick it to the actual helmet. I didn't want to stick it to the helmet yet because I'm still debating on if I like this placement or if I want to slide it back and forth. That's the reason I haven't put it on the helmet. To be honest, the clip on the helmet is totally fine. I see no difference. And it's still pretty easy to clip the Cardo back on and off. The clip doesn't really move that much. I ran the wires right through here. When you take all this padding off, it just wraps all in there. The one thing I do like about this helmet is it's actually a quick release clip compared to the old style where you have to feed it through a couple times and button it. So this one's just nice and easy, very quick to do, which I kind of prefer. So I don't know if you can see, but right here on this side, on the right, I have the Cardo microphone that's just Velcroed to the front and it's just wired in all right up here on this side. On this side, I have another external mic. That's for the GoPro. That one is just one single cord that I ran behind this cheek pad. The extra part of it with the actual aux jack, I keep underneath here, which is the quick release for the, so if you ever get into an accident and EMTs need to rip your helmet off, they put their finger in here and just rip these paddings out. I actually tuck in the cord so it's not just floating around everywhere when I'm driving if I'm not using it. So that just usually gets tucked right in there. The other problem is with the cord, sometimes I can feel it when I put the helmet on and off. When the helmet's already on, I don't notice it. I've never had the cord fly out and it looks fine when you're driving without the GoPro. I don't have any issues with that. For the microphone I use for the GoPro, I'll add the link for this microphone for the GoPro right here. And same thing for the Cardo. That's just off Amazon. I got a package deal. I got the 4X and the Spirt HD for the wifey, and that pretty much only ran us like 300 bucks, so it's not too bad. So this is pretty much just the setup I'm running right now. Very, very simple. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention with mine. So I don't have anything else special other than with this button right here on the side. When you slide it, it actually adds a secondary visor, which is kind of just like glasses. I don't use it too much, but it's there if I do want to use it, which is nice. And now I'll break down the wifey's helmet. Okay, and now onto wifey's helmet. This is hers. It's just an HJC. I don't know exactly what specific style this one is. Of course, she's got to rep the brand, you know? So same thing with hers. Hers came with a clear visor stock. She wanted to get a tinted one just like mine, so we got her the silver one, which is also mirrored, which she does prefer a lot. Same thing as my helmet. She runs the Cardo. This is the Spirt HD. I have the 4X. She's the same exact thing. The clip, we don't want to put the 3M tape on it just yet. Exactly wired the same exact way as mine. Just ran through here, through all the padding. Speakers on each ear. Microphone is a little bit different of a setup. With her helmet, it's just the original typical buckle. Feed it through those right there and just buckle it on one side. We installed the same exact GoPro mount by Motovlogs. Same exact thing. Secondary piece right there. Same exact thing as mine. So what's nice about her helmet, she actually doesn't need a button to open up the visor. She just pulls it up like this, which is a lot nicer in my opinion. So she actually has the same thing as me with the secondary visor or sunglasses, but her button's actually right here. It's a slider. You slide that down. That's the same exact thing as mine. The cool thing about her helmet compared to mine is this button right here on the bottom is actually so you can open up through the top. With that, you can't hardwire the microphone to this piece up here like mine with the Velcro, because hers adjusts and moves, so you'd be pulling the wire. So they gave a secondary option for a secondary mic, which just stays stationary right here, which is a lot more durable than the one I have, which is a thin cord. So this is better, but if you don't have that adjustable slider on your helmet, then you're gonna go with this, and technically a little bit better. It just squeezes right through here, through this padding, runs the same exact way. So the other thing is she actually does not have the secondary microphone like my helmet does for the GoPro. So with these Cardos and the GoPro I have, you can't connect them, unfortunately. So you have to do a wired microphone from the GoPro to another mic. So instead, I have Bluetooth microphones where you have the media mod on the GoPro, and when you attach the aux jack to it, there's a receiver, which then you can connect to wireless Bluetooth microphones. For the receiver, I put Velcro on the side of her helmet right here. The receiver goes here, and then it gets hardwired to the GoPro, which is a super short wire. The receiver is pretty much the same exact size as this. It's not an expensive Bluetooth headphone set, but it definitely works. And that's just so when we record footage on the GoPro, we'll be able to hear both of us talk. This is something I just did. From previous YouTube videos, we were not able to get both of our voices in the footage. The speakers in the helmet are loud, but the GoPro can't really pick it up too well. So that's something I just kind of worked around with. Instead of buying the DJI microphones, which is like $300, I just bought like a cheap $30 Bluetooth microphone set. For the wireless microphone, so it might be a little hard to see, but right here there's a Velcro piece that I just stuck right there. With the microphones, I actually added Velcro to those as well, so I can stick one inside my helmet, and then for hers, the same exact thing, where it just Velcros right inside, just something just like this, but with a little bit of 3M tape on the back of it, so we can just attach it whenever and take it off whenever and have it hold. As for the GoPro, I have a GoPro Hero 12. I use an ND filter on it, and I don't have my media mod with me right now, but you take the clip off, and then when you slide the media mod on, it goes right here, and then there's an aux port right here which you can connect to transmit audio. So that's it for this video of a quick breakdown of my helmet setup, wifey's helmet setup, and how I film it. If you have any other questions, just leave a comment down at the bottom of this video, and I'll answer them whenever I can.